critical areas: income and job security, occupational health and safety, workplace protection from violence and harassment, access to training and support. These issues directly relate to the protections that the proposed Magna Carta for Barangay Health Workers seeks to establish. Next slide, please. Our first key finding is income insecurity. Nearly 90% or 89.37% of BHW say their salary is not enough to meet their family's basic needs. This confirms that BHWs have been saying for years, we do critical health work but remain among the lowest paid workers in the health system, surviving on honoraria rather than receiving wages that reflect our responsibilities. In some far-flung areas in the country, BHWs still receive a monthly honorarium of 100 peso a month. Next slide, please. Safety is another major concern. 33.5% of BHWs said their work environment is only sometimes safe, and 7.46% said it is outright unsafe. This includes safety risks during field work, home visits, disaster responses, and in under-resourced health stations. These conditions expose BHWs, most of whom are women, to daily hazards without proper protection or insurance. Next slide, please. The survey also documented workplace harassment and violence. 22.56% of our BHWs have personally experienced verbal or nonverbal harassment, bullying, or violence at the workplace, while 17.35% know a fellow BHW who has faced the same abuse. These figures point to unsafe and unregulated working environments where workers lack grievance mechanisms and legal protection. Next slide, please. Perhaps one of the most serious findings concerns is job security. 48% of respondents know someone who was terminated after elections, and 10.17% said they personally lost their work due to political changes. This highlights the vulnerability of our BHWs to shifting local political leadership. Without security of tenure guaranteed by law, years of service can be erased at the ballot box, a practice that undermines continuity of care and workers' dignity. Next slide, please. And finally, the issue of training and professional support. 66.25% said they received some but still need much more to perform their duties effectively. 5.01% reported receiving only minimal training, and 12.47% said their training is completely inadequate. This means many BHWs are placed at the front lines of healthcare without sufficient preparation, an acceptable risk for both workers and the patients deserve. Our survey provides concrete evidence that these reforms are not theoretical. They respond to real, documented injustices and experienced by BHWs every day. It is time that we fully recognize barangay health workers not merely as volunteers, but as workers and valued partners in our public health system, whose labor keeps our communities healthy and safe. As the 20th Congress continues its work, our BHWs are respectfully counting on your leadership to pass the Magna Carta that will finally afford them protection, dignity, and recognition they deserve. Thank you for giving us this opportunity to hear, Madam Chair. And to answer your question, Madam Chair, earlier.
Before you answer the question, Sir Serial, maraming salamat. For this 2025 national survey, maganda po may baseline pa tayo, may database pa tayo kung saan pa pwede natin ibangga yung bill. So very, very illuminating. Sige po, please address the earlier questions.
Yung sa 19th Congress po na version, we appreciate po yung effort po ng Senate for passing it the Magna Carta for BHW. However po, kasi napag-alaman namin before the end of the 19th Congress na hindi na-approve ng executive. And what we learned is that binawi daw ng Congress, ng House of Representatives yung enrolled bill. Sa kadahilanan daw po, sa pagkakaalam namin, ay hindi po yun ma-sustain yung funding requirement po na sa batas na iyon. So, although nalulungkot ang lahat ng mga BHW sa hindi pagpasa ng Magna Carta during the 19th Congress.
Okay, salamat sir. Sir Serial, siguro mamaya pagdaan natin sa DBM, pwede rin natin tanungin si Attorney Tricia, ano ba yung naging kwento noon at paano natin maiiwasan na magkaroon ng replay ng kwento na yun, na dapat may bagong episode na may maipapasang batas na magiging pro-BHW at sustainable in the long term. Sige po, so tanungin naman natin ang DOH. Yes ma'am, Dr. Malu.
Ayan, good afternoon po, Madam Chair, and sa lahat po ng narito. No? So I will just share a short presentation po regarding our BHWs. Next slide, please. So ito pong Magna Carta for BHWs is, we consider it as a landmark legislation kasi it will strengthen the welfare, the rights, and incentives of our BHWs who we consider our frontline partners in delivering primary health care. We have also noted that with RA 7883, yung current po na batas, yung BHWs po remain insufficiently compensated and protected. Next slide, please. So in the DOH strategy called 8-Point Action Agenda 7 is actually on kapakanan at karapatan ng health workers. So kasama po dito yung ating BHWs. And strategic interventions po under this action agenda is increasing availability of health workers, strengthening their capacities, and of course, improving working conditions of our healthcare workers. Next slide, please. So currently po, we have the National BHW Registry or yung enhanced version po, which we call BHW Connect. And next slide, please. Next slide po. So under the BHW Connect, we currently have 277,767 registered and or accredited BHWs. Dito po sa 277,000 po na ito, 201,336 po yung registered and accredited na, and 76,431 yung registered pa lang po. Next slide, please. So of these 277,000, 270,000 po or 97.5% have approved profiles. Ibig sabihin, kumpleto yung demographic profiles validated na po ito, no? 100% of this data come from Western Visayas, Central Visayas, Eastern Visayas, and Negros Island region. Next slide, please. So of these 270,000, ipipresent po namin yung profile na nakuha namin. Next slide po. So among the active BHWs, the trend suggests na nag-increase naman po yung registration in the recent years, no? However, before the enactment of RA 7883, meron na po tayong more than 14,000 na active na BHWs. Next slide, please. So basically, mga 40 to 60 years old sila, 98% are women, youngest po ay 18 years old, and oldest po ay 90 years old. Next slide, please. So it's also notable na 13% or 30,600 PHWs po identify themselves as indigenous people or coming from indigenous cultural communities po. Next slide, please. So generally po, educated naman yung workforce natin. Majority are high school graduates, college level, and college graduate po. Mga 72% po lahat yan. Next, please. In terms of training po, for the BHW reference manual, which is the basic training manual, 120,000 pa lang po or 45% yung naka-undergo ng training nun. And then, 4% yung nag-undergo ng TESTA BHSNC2 and only 2% pa lang yung na-certify ng TESDA for BHSNC2. Next slide, please. So in terms of workload, karamihan po sa kanila naghahandle ng 21 to 100 households. Ang nakaka-undergo lang ang naghahawak lang ng 20 households and below ay 9% lang po. No? Meron din pong naka-float na BHW. So ito po yung mga inalis pero inassign lang muna sa mga RHUs. Next slide please. So in terms of incentives, there is not one level that gives incentives to the BHWs. They get their incentives from different levels. So may nakaka-receive po from the region, from the province, municipality, barangay. Majority po, 89% receive their incentives from the barangay. Tapos, yung sa region po, that's from MOH BARM. Sad to say, meron pa pong 2% or 5,748 who do not receive any incentive support. Next slide, please. In terms of how much they are receiving, no, meron pong nakaka-receive ng, nabanggit ka po kanina, 100 pesos po annual. Pero, meron din po highest nakakatanggap ng hanggang 200 plus thousand per annum. Okay, so various reasons po ito, pwedeng yung capacity po ng LGU to give, no? Next slide please. So in terms of inequities po in receiving honoraria, if you look at the data, meron pong mga nakakatanggap ng greater than 24,000. No? Cumulative honorarium po yan. Pero if you look at majority, which is 59%, they receive 10 pesos to 68 pesos per day. So translated to roughly 200 to 300 pesos to 2,000 pesos per month. No? So ganun po kalaki yung disparity. Next slide please. So with this current situation, basically we see there's inadequate compensation, there's lack of uniformity, a wide range po, motivation risk because of the low compensation, increased workload because hindi lang po sila nagwo-work for health, they're also asked to do other tasks, lalo na nung pandemic. And then of course yung retention and continuity of service na nabanggit na rin po kanina na natatanggal po sila with the change of leadership, especially sa barangay level. Okay? So, next slide po. So, our main concern is the endorsement po talaga sana ng Magna Carta for BHWs to standardize the honoraria, the benefits, safeguard their security of tenure, and ensure stronger support for our BHWs, no? So, lastly lang po, I'd like to manifest na we value the role of our BHWs as frontliners in providing primary healthcare services and therefore shall adopt policies that will harness their potential as partners in national development. There is an urgent need to pass the Magna Carta for BHWs as this bill protects our BHWs in getting the proper and appropriate compensation due to them. Now, the Department of Health firmly supports the bill for the BHWs. It is actually included po in our legislative agenda, and we acknowledge and appreciate the BHWs' efforts in nation building, and we firmly believe that they should be properly and appropriately compensated, whether as volunteers or as regularly employed. We have seen how some of them are given a compensation as low as 200 or 300 per month, despite working like a regular plantilla employee. So given that there are also new provisions in some of the proposed bills, the DOH respectfully requests for more time to submit an updated position paper. Rest assured that the DOH remains committed to the urgency of the passing of this bill and has been working tirelessly for the welfare of our BHWs who are everyday heroes in assisting quality access to better healthcare. Yun lang po, Madam Chair. Salamat po.
Salamat din po, Dr. Malu. Hopefully, pag-convene ng ating TWG, final na po yung position paper ng department. Kasi gusto po natin na maging firm at saka lasting yung outcome nitong ating, sabi nyo nga, nasa legislative agenda nyo rin po. So, maraming salamat po para doon. Okay, let's hear now from, of course, PhilHealth. Nandito pa ba sila? Okay, nauna na yata. Okay. Sige, before CHED and TESDA,